My dad was 3 years old when he first held my mom in his arms, when she was just an infant child. Their moms were not only next-door neighbors, they were best of friends. They all lived in Valparaiso, Chile, in South America. So my mom and dad grew up together for the next 6 years, becoming best friends themselves. Then when my dad was 9 years old, he had to move with his family to San Francisco. And for the next 15 years, my mom and dad didn't see each other, but they wrote to each other. They were not only pen pals, they were like pen lovers. When my dad was about 21 years old, he moved to Hawaii to finish up on architectural design school. So after my dad was living in Hawaii for 2 years, he wrote a letter to my mom and asked her to come over and visit. And so she showed up and he ended up proposing to her. And they got married in Hawaii, and they lived together there for the next 2 years. And then after that, they both came to San Francisco and started a family of their very own. My dad is 90 years old now, and they've been together for 87 years. Back in 2004, my mom was diagnosed with dementia, and my dad has had a tough time coping with that. At first, he tried to take care of her himself, but as the disease progressed, it just became harder and harder. It was just too much for him. She needed care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we moved her into a dementia care facility that was right in town. She seems to be doing really well. She smiles a lot and she even laughs. I don't think she remembers who we are anymore. But there's a look in her eyes when she first sees our faces that tells us that she at least recognizes us. And thank God for that. There's at least some kind of connection. Personally, I think that dementia is a real cruel disease. How can two people literally spending a life together, building memories together, end up one day with it all stripped away? I remember in the beginning, when we first moved her in to her new home, Dad was really frustrated and he seemed so lost. His best friend of 87 years was still alive, but in many ways was gone. Some time has gone by now, and my dad seems to be a little more at peace with what has gone on. I'm sure he still feels the loss, but I know he just wants to be with her as much as he can. And when they're together, they don't say very much, but at least he enjoys stroking her hair, taking her hand, and going for little walks. When I see my mom and dad together, I know that their minds are miles apart, but deep down, I get a real strong feeling that their hearts are still side by side.
Oh, when it hits me, all I can do is just breathe again and breathe through.
And that connection that I am able to see between my mom and dad, I know that's what keeps my dad going. It certainly is what keeps me going.
Oh, when it hits me, all I can do is just breathe again and breathe through and forget the me.